The national champion is clad in big orange. The pitch. Swing and a miss. That's the ball game. The national champion is clad in big orange.
At Summit and Destiny have met 7 times before. Tonight is number 8.
Tennessee Volunteers have wrapped up an SEC outright regular season title. Connect with
the SEC runs through Rocky Top. Tennessee wins the SEC regular season crown for the 2nd consecutive season.
the 1-0. Indiana, left center field. Ross on the move. Ross get there. Tennessee walks it off. It's a mismatch. Deep three. Come on now. And don't connect. Robbie Draghi this time. Indeed. New hand jam. Down the middle. Got it. On the fly. It's high and again. And he's going to take it. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Hey, how much fun is this?
Man, Rocky Top, this is college football and it's absolute best.
It's college athletics. It's absolute best, man. Welcome into another episode of the Fanatics Show. I'm Michael, my co-host Skylar. Skylar, man, how are we doing tonight after just an absolute beatdown of Kentucky last week?
Dude, came home with another gallon of milk, and no, I'm joking. It was good. Yeah, I went up to see Kroger Field, and yeah.
So how was that experience?
Dude, it's don't want to give them too much credit. That might be one of the most hostile environments I've ever been in.
Really?
Yeah, for all like 60 of them that were there. No, it was good, man. It was fun. Got to go with the family, and no, I'm not joking about it being hostile. It was kind of like surprisingly, because I was kind of thinking that they just know, and they did, and I think that's why they were upset. But like, you know, we're just walking, and like the very first tailgate we get to, immediately getting the FU and the birds, and I'm like, all right, we're home. Like that's fine. like that's you know, whatever. And to get off to that fast start that we did, man, it was just nice because I mean, we never even allowed that place to really get electric. They tried to right before halftime, but then we went on an insane 2-minute drive. The first one of the season where I really felt good about, and went and scored right before half to really put them away. But we got some folks in the chat. 7-Toed Skeet already in here. I don't like y'all or Tennessee anymore. I'm going to root for a real team. What does that even mean? What?
I mean, didn't you just get beat by Vanderbilt?
Come on, man. Maybe that's why I don't like Tennessee anymore. Matt in the chat says, "Sup, Fanatics? How we doing, big dog?" And then we got Misty in the chat saying, "Hey, we appreciate y'all being here." And she says, "Bye." Yes. But no.
You know, get the view in here, get the like, to share, and
hey,
then
share it up. Share it up. No, I appreciate the work. That helps us out more than you know. Kroger Field, though, in a nutshell, was I mean, it was good for us. Obviously, we won. Not the biggest environment that I would have thought. I guess to me, it's really not as big of a stadium as I was anticipating. But it's Kentucky. I mean, it is what it is.
Who has a better environment, Kentucky or Richland?
You know, I used to be able to say Kentucky pretty easily. But Richland about to be back-to-back region champs. Shout out to my alma mater. Let's go. Go win it against Moore County tonight. They're playing right now. Shout out to the alma mater. Go Raiders. And no, I'm joking. I mean, they did have an electric environment for like 5 minutes. And they had a cool light show. I'll give them that.
Tennessee's going to be better this weekend. But, you know, it is what it is.
Would also agree with that. Look, I'm trying to give them a bone, dude. They lost. But no, it was a good time. And just honestly, it was a bucket list thing, man. It's another SEC stadium that I've been to. And we're spoiled, right? I mean, Neyland, right? Neyland. There's viral videos of like people that don't know what they're talking about saying Neyland. And it's so cringy. Neyland. We all know that. We're Vol Fanatics here.
Mm-hmm.
And 101,000. And we've actually reduced to that. So we have a Coliseum, and so it's hard to go into another stadium with an open mind and being like, okay, yeah, this is legit. Kentucky, even with an open mind, I was just kind of like,
Yeah.
all right. But no, overall, they did. I called it. I have to throw myself a bone here. They did their dark mode against us, and I knew it was going to happen.
Yep.
And I love that it blew up in their face. So go Vols, baby. Our defense is trash. We'll talk about it. Without further ado, before we get too far in the show, can I let everybody know who our presenting sponsor is?
Go for it.
That is Chris Smith Insurance. As a homeowner, Chris Smith was once let down by an insurance company. So he started his own agency where instead of feeling like a big company is fighting against you, you'll know that your agent is fighting for you. All insurance is not equal. Trust the Chris Smith Insurance today. Give him a call at 865-272-3387 right here in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Thank you so much, Chris, for your continued support of the show. The Wildcat sounds didn't bother you, ? I've heard they are very annoying in real person. They are, but they weren't we weren't in a lot of meaningful third down situations. So no, I didn't get to hear it that much because I think it's that third down sound, right? Ain't that I think it's the third down sound. Right. They do because the Gamecocks, they do the rooster crow or whatever they do.
Yeah.
Matt says, never been to Kentucky Stadium. I'll put it on my list, far down my list. Starkville was good this year. No.
I want to go to Starkville just to experience the cowbells, at least while they're still ringing, because, they got shut up in that fourth quarter against Texas. But,
I almost feel bad for that team, man. Think about all the games that they've been in and so close to winning and just could not.
We'll talk about it when we get to the pick segment, but right. We just to kind of give a little teaser here. So we complain about Josh Heupel, game management, clock management, stuff like that. Jeff Lebby, man, that they got a lot of work to do with that clock management. We'll talk about it a little bit later, but let me give you the rundown for what tonight's show is going to look like. We are going to talk about Tennessee, Kentucky, give our recap, our thoughts on the game, kind of give thoughts on the defense, offense. Just give our overall thoughts on that game. Skylar can talk about it from personal experience going to the game as well. He's already done a little bit of that. But segment 2, we are going to give a preview of the Oklahoma game. Spoiler alert. As you can tell, we are going dark mode for the game this weekend. And then segment 3, we are going to give our picks for Week 10 college football. And then Jake coming back on with us off a 4-1 week last week. So,
history says hedge the bets this week.
Exactly. I hate that he's not in the background
in the chat to know that. Yeah, hedge the bets this week, fellas. No, I'm joking. It's nice to have him back.
Let's get right into tonight's show as I'll give you our segment 1 sponsor. That is Optimal Asbestos Services. Optimal Asbestos Services offers detailed asbestos inspections and air quality assessments. Whether you're looking to secure your home or workplace, you can trust Optimal Asbestos Services to deliver thorough and reliable solutions. Contact Jeff Moll at 865-223-3297 for your consultation today, or go on the web at optimalasbestosservices.com. So Tennessee against Kentucky.
That's
Let me
a
see
fact.
if I can get the graphic pulled up here. What are your initial thoughts on this game?
Initial thoughts is you did what you're supposed to do. It's another typical Kentucky game where you just blow them out the water. But I would rather start with the negatives first on this one. Matt tunes in. He says, I think my away game next year will be A&M. That's my go-to. That's a definite. Yeah, absolutely. You're going to have a blast there. I hope they slow down their progression because they are really good. But overall thoughts, you go into this game and you're like, man, can this just please be a typical Kentucky game? Go there, take care of business, get back. And I, right before kickoff, was getting that anxious, nervous, away game at, on the road at night vibe, because as a fan base, as a team, we've all been kind of writing this game off. We just knew that this was a win because it's Kentucky. That's what we do. But it's the exact same feeling we always have. And then we go to Arkansas last year and lose, or South Carolina 3 years ago and lose, or Missouri, whatever. And I was kind of getting that feeling and was a little nervous. I was a lot nervous, actually. But then we go out there and start the first quarter the way we did. Oh, man, that was so awesome. Now, again, I want to start with the negatives first. Holy crap, our defense is terrible. I'm not even sugarcoating it anymore. They are so home run or bust, but it's more of like a 30-70 split on home run or bust, it hurts. And I understand that, like, if you listen to a lot of talk radio, they talk about, well, in the gotta have it moments, they're really good. I don't care. In my opinion, the gotta have it moments is anytime there's time on that clock, right?
I agree. And especially on third down, because, man, third down, that's your chance to get off the field. And, I mean, it just – I don't know if it's the play calling. I don't know if it's complacency, what it is. But third down, talking to my father-in-law, and he said, if I was the opposing team, I would just kneel down on first and second down because you're going to pick up third down each and every time.
Exactly. I mean, well, it got to the point to where in the stands, I look at that and I said, man, isn't that crazy that I feel better about a 3rd and 4 than I do a 3rd and 12?
Completely agree.
But then it got to the point in the game where I'm like, it doesn't matter if it's 3rd and 4, 3rd and 12, they're going to get it. Like, I just done set my mind like they're going to get it. And like, what's so frustrating is Tennessee, on top of like the home run or bust, it's almost like Tennessee is like 3 and out or bust. If they can pick up that first down, go ahead and expect a 9 to 12 play drive lasting 5 minutes.
Ending in either 3 or 7, and more than likely it's 7.
And especially when that initial 3 and out, that third down, and you actually stop them, but there's a defensive holding, pass interference, we were offside, something undisciplined, right? And it just takes the wind out of the sails defensively, and then you let them drive down your throat and go score a touchdown. It's so frustrating. I mean, Cutter Boley, credit to him, like the dude had a game. I don't care what the scoreboard says. To allow Kentucky, I don't even think scored 20 points all year, to go out there and put up 34 against you. I don't care that you scored 56. Okay? Like, I was always taught and raised that you never really looked at the scoreboard. You played each play as if the score was 0-0.
Yep.
And I don't see that from this defense, and it bothers me, and it needs to be fixed. I do think, however, it's pretty simple to fix it. I just don't see it getting fixed this year.
I completely agree with you. I mean,
and when go ahead.
I was going to say, you could sit here and say, well, injuries has played this defense all year.
Nah, it's not injuries.
It's not injuries, because you've got guys that
my issues ain't even with the secondary.
No, and I'm not just talking about the secondary. It's the defense as a whole, because this is a defensive line group that coming into the season, we said it's deep, super deep.
I
super
am
talented.
The absolute clown that went on this show and said our defense should be better this year than last year.
But going into
it,
you were 100% right. It should have been better this year than it was last year because of the guys you had returning. Yeah, you lost a lot of talent from last year's group, but I felt like as a whole, this group was going to be better because there wasn't that standout player. You didn't have one guy that was going to be double teamed, which allowed that backside guy to just have himself a day. You were going to have, man on man all the way across the front. And I felt like our guys could beat the other guys on the other side of the ball each and every time. And yeah, in the pass rush, you get that a lot of times, but you've got undisciplined guys that just bull rush upfield. There's no contain. You brought it up numerous times. There's no contain from this defensive line. The run, the run defense as well on the defensive line, it's non-existent. It's like they're all about the pass rush, but they're undisciplined in the run defense as well. And then the linebackers, you can talk about Arion Carter all you want to, how good he's been, but he's still not getting his defenders, all his teammates on the defense in the right positions. Yeah. So you can talk about how good he's been all year long, but if the rest of your team is out of position, then it doesn't matter how good you are, how many tackles you get, anything like that. Jeremiah Telander, especially as of late, has been a disappointment, to be honest. Edwin Spillman stepped up big against Kentucky. He had 15 tackles, 11 of those solo, but he got that many tackles because the defensive line is not doing anything up front. And then the secondary, they're young, they're inexperienced for the most part, and some of the experienced guys, they're just out there because you don't have anybody that can step up and take that spot. And that's just the way it is right now on this defense. As a whole, I think this defense is worse than the 2022 defense overall.
I'd agree with it.
Because at least in 22, you had a defense that could stop somebody on the run. You're giving up 146 rushing yards against Kentucky. You're giving up 330 passing yards.
Running back out.
Yeah, you're giving 330 passing yards against Kentucky. They almost had the same amount of total yards as you did in a game. A team that you mentioned it, I think they might have scored 20 points once this year, maybe twice. And I think both of those were against Group of 5 or FCS opponents. And they scored 34 against you. Something has got to change, but I'm with you. I just don't think it's going to happen this year.
I got you. Frank, we
So,
appreciate you being a part of the show, big dog. Just easy on the language in the comments, big dog. We could have kids watching, stuff like that. Just please be cognizant of that. But we do appreciate you being here. And I agree, Shane Beamer probably is on his way out. But as a Tennessee fan, I kind of want him to stay. All right. No, I mean, it's simple. To me, it starts with the front seven. The front seven that I thought was going to be dominant. Gap assignment, containment. You mentioned containment. That's where it starts because we are so bad at gap assignment and containment on defense. That's what's leading to the ultimate problem, missed tackles.
Yep.
When you're having to tackle somebody out in open space, it is 10 times harder to bring that guy down than if you could just contain or fill a gap and get multiple people on him at the same time. But no, we're having to constantly try to tackle somebody one-on-one, and we are god-awful at it. God-awful at it. We, so many times, the daggone bubble screen, I counted about, that play was ran between both teams about 37 times. Okay? That bubble screen, and we just couldn't even touch them. There's a play, and I wish I could do film breakdown. One day I'll be good enough, and we will grow enough to where I can do film breakdown with you guys. That play, if you can recall with me, when they threw that bubble screen, and they are blocking our cornerbacks one-on-one, our cornerback goes in. Our outside guy goes in. Why?
You're supposed to push them to the inside where the rest of your defense is.
Like, you have to set the edge. You have help on the inside. Do not cave in. When you cave in, it allows him to literally run right around you and away from everybody else. And that's why he literally got a 70-yard untouched touchdown. Yep. So frustrating. It's like little things that is honestly so easy, so fundamental, and like for some reason we're just not doing it. But again, if we could front seven, contain, and fill gaps, because our linebackers are really slow at filling a gap. There's some plays where they're really good at it, and ironically, first and second down, I feel like they're great at it. Third down, we're terrible at it. But if we could just get better in that area, I think overall the tackling will improve as long as we can do that. But tackling right now is our absolute arch nemesis. It's so bad. It's so bad. I think a high school football team could gain 5 yards of play against this Tennessee defense. It's terrible.
You want to know a sign that your defense is not good at tackling, is not good at really any
when
aspect?
You're 16th in total defense in the SEC?
Well, but just taking this Kentucky game, for instance.
Yeah.
You know who your highest tackler was on the defensive line? How many tackles they had in the game?
I am going to guess. Jaden Perlotti with 4.5.
No. Matter of fact, Perlotti only had 1 tackle in the game.
Okay. I don't know. I was just guessing.
On the defensive line, Caleb Beasley and Dominic Bailey both had 3 tackles apiece, 2 solos. The guys above them, you had linebacker Edwin Spillman with 15 tackles.
And he was a linebacker. God dang it.
11 solo. Jeremiah Thielander, linebacker, 6 tackles, 1 solo. Jalen McMurray, a defensive back, 5 tackles, 3 solo. Idris Farouk, by the way, fantastic pick 6 that he had, by the way.
Yes.
5 tackles, 2 of those solo. Colton Hood, another defensive back, 4 tackles, 3 solo. Tyve Redmond, 3 tackles, 3 solo. No. And then that's whenever you get to Caleb Beasley, Dominic Bailey, and the other defensive linemen.
Edwin Spillman, if it weren't for him, I'm not sure what this defense would have been. You look at the total tackles. Edwin Spillman had 15, 11 solo. The next best guy was Jeremiah Thielander with 6.
Yeah.
1 solo.
Spillman had a heck of a game, stepping in, filling in for Arion Carter, who was out in this game. He definitely grew up in this ball game, but how much growing up can you do when the rest of your defense looks the way that it does? You know?
Yep.
I mean, I'm excited for the future with Spillman as we go down the road, but man, it's a long road for sure. Kevin, appreciate you tuning in, man.
So Matt brings up a good point. He's like, look, I'm over it. We understand the defense is what it is. Just score more. I agree with that 100%. That's why I said I don't think it's something we can fix this year. The problem is I know for a fact this offense is not going to be able to play their A game every night.
Yep.
So when we have that dud of an offensive night, aka Alabama, which honestly wasn't even that bad, you just got in your way. Like what happens when you can only put up 20, 25 points? I can tell you what, you're going to get blown out. It's only a matter of time. It's going to look like South Carolina 22 all over again. It's going to happen. And it could be a lot closer than we think. I don't know.
So yeah, we've hit the negatives.
Yep.
We've hit all of these negatives.
Time to go to the positive.
Let's go to the positives.
We got the best wide receiver room in the nation. It ain't even close.
I agree. Yeah. Best wide receiver group in the nation. For the second time in team history, we had 3 receivers in the same game go over 100 yards receiving. You had Mike Matthews, 6 receptions, 107 yards, and a touchdown. Braylon Staley, 6 receptions, 105 yards, no touchdowns in the game. But Chris Brazzell, 4 receptions, 138 yards, and a touchdown as well. Just absolutely fantastic. And you know what I really like to see in the game? I liked the fact that we got to see Radarius Jackson a little bit more because, I've been listening for the last couple of weeks to, 99.1 out of Knoxville, listening to some other talk radio as well. And, Tennessee was on pace to have their top 3 wide receivers with, I forget the number, but it was an insane amount of routes run throughout the entire season. And nobody else in the nation was going to be anywhere close to that. And you really need to see guys like Radarius Jackson. Unfortunately, Travis Smith probably out for the year. You got some other young guys as well that have been hurt or, just have not been able to step in and just give these other guys a play or 2 off so they can catch their breath.
Yeah.
And to see him come in there, had a big grab over the middle for that 19-yard reception. You also had Ethan Davis step in, finally healthy, get a couple of receptions, get a touchdown out of it as well. So I love to see that right there. We're going to need to have more of that as the rest of the season goes on.
I hear you. Got a lot of chats. Frank, man, I didn't know, maybe fact check this, but I knew he led the SEC in passing yards, but he comes in saying, man, Tennessee's doing so much better than anybody thought, especially offensively. Quarterback's leading the nation in passing yards.
I do think that Mendoza out of Indiana might have a little
That's
bit
why I
of
was
it.
afraid
No,
to say.
I take it back. It's the North Texas quarterback because he had that insane 600-yard game last week or the week before last. I think he's the one actually leading. But
Either way, 100%, Joey Aguilar is exceeding expectations from anybody except for the people in this room. I can promise you that, or in this building per se. I think Tennessee knew what they were getting and that's why they went and got him, right? I don't think Josh Heupel's really not missed in the transfer portal. Even when it's been kind of like it fell into your lap type situation, which is exactly what this was.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Sorry. Joey Aguilar is actually 4th in the nation. So the 3 people ahead of him is, I believe it's Shea Robertson, Baylor's quarterback. Then you got Mestamaker, the North Texas quarterback. And then it's Hoover, TCU's quarterback.
That'll work.
Ahead of Aguilar. But leading the conference.
There it is. Kevin said we're doing a lot better. Absolutely. We should have beat Georgia. Alabama, we could have been a lot closer. I don't know if we should have beat them. It was on the road. I'll give them that.
I'm going to say we should have beat them.
No, I'm not. But at the end of the day, you got the best wide receiver room in the nation. Nobody's talking about him, though, which is crazy in my opinion. I understand not talking about Joey because people are still going to write it off no matter how good Joey is. People are still going to write it off as it's a system thing. And maybe that's why they're not talking about our wide receivers either, is they just are so convinced that it's a system thing. But at the end of the day, these guys deserve the credit. They are absolute athletes. They're absolute dogs. They're going up and winning the one-on-ones. I mean, look at Chris Brazzell against Georgia, against a really good defense. That wasn't a 50-50 ball. I don't care how underthrown it was. It was Chris Brazzell's ball every time. And so it's about time they get some recognition. It was so cool to see every wide receiver get 100 yards. I didn't realize that hadn't happened since. And it's funny because it's Joey or Jarrett Garantano I think it was against Missouri, maybe South Carolina-ish, one of those teams where he was able to deal the ball to Marquez Callaway, Josh Palmer, and Jawan Jennings for 100 yards each. And you don't realize that all three of those, don't realize how good wide receivers we've had because we've never really had like great quarterback play to really let them shine. But all three of those guys are in the NFL. So, no, it's so cool to get them to, get their moment. Offense is clicking on all cylinders. It's so nice to see what this offense can do when we don't turn the ball over. Such a blessing. So good. So it would be nice to get Bishop back on track. But overall, I'm really excited about what this offense has in store.
Yeah, that's one thing that disappointed me a little bit was the running game. But give credit to Kentucky because Kentucky does have a very good run defense, and they proved against Tennessee. They were going to make Joey Aguilar and this wide receiver core go out there and beat them. They weren't going to let the running backs do it. And credit to Joey Aguilar and the receivers, that's exactly what happened. They went out there, and Joey had his best game in a Tennessee uniform. 20 of 26, 396 yards and 3 touchdowns, 77% completion rating in the game. His passer rating was 242.9. That's almost perfect. Like that's about as close to perfect as you can get. And then, we've already mentioned the receivers, how well they did in the game as well. And I believe he was perfect on his deep throws of like
5 of 5 of 20 yards plus.
Yeah. So, I mean, you don't see that often. I mean, it's fantastic.
I was so glad, and I will give, we crap on him a lot. I'm going to give Joey Halsley some credit here. Kentucky had like 9 people in the box the whole night. I mean, we're sitting there, me and Pops, just sitting there looking at Brazel, looking at Matthews, and we're like, man, look at that. 1-on-1, all the way on the sideline. It would be nice if we just go deep.
That was arguably the best called game that Joey Halsley has
I would agree 100%.
In his career as the offensive coordinator at Tennessee.
100%. So it was so cool to finally see them because it didn't take them long to adjust to that. And sure enough, you threw one deep ball, Kentucky never adjusted. And I honestly don't blame Kentucky for not adjusting to it. They're just playing the law of averages, right? They're like, okay, they hit on one. Chances are they're probably not going to hit the next one. They're going to overthrow it. Nah, Joey's feeling it. Sorry. But no, it was a great called game. And somebody brought it up. Frank brought it up. The tight ends, bro. Ethan Davis, welcome back to the show, man. That's exactly who we needed you to be all year long. Stay healthy. And you're a star in the making, Ethan Davis. You really are. And it's so good to see you back and get that
Miles,
catch right before halftime.
And Miles Kitselman, he's going to be fantastic at the next level as far as the run blocking and everything goes. I am disappointed in him in the passing game this year. He's dropped a lot more balls than he really should have.
He sure has.
But, he's still that steady tight end that he's going to go out there and he's going to give you his all every single time. And you are better with him on the field than with him off the field most of the time.
I agree. And to that point, drop ball has been an issue too on top of turnovers. But like against Kentucky, you really didn't see that a ton. I mean, most people caught everything. I think there was a couple. I think Deshaun Bishop kind of caught one kind of off in the flat.
That's another negative is
gotta catch.
I mean, running backs all season long.
Catch the ball.
Just keep dropping it.
Yep. So Matt says, I am a friend of Davis. Well, you're my friend, so why don't you make a great connection? No, I'm joking. No, overall, final thoughts. You beat Kentucky. You looked good offensively doing it. Defensively needs some help. I mean, like I have a hard time trusting this team to go far with the defense playing the way they are. But historically, we always play better at home. We're back home this week. Be nice to make some changes, look a little better. Maybe for once hit the under. I don't know. Like,
I would like to still hit the over as far as our points go. Just keep the other
fair point. Whatever.
Yeah.
Move on.
So before we move on from this game, I guess we move on from this game, but I do have something that I came across on Twitter earlier this week that I want to briefly hit before we start talking about Oklahoma. So Ashley Schaefer Vall on Twitter said Brian Kelly was fired at LSU with a record of 34-14. Josh Heupel over the same time frame is 36-11. Says, I think Heupel has done an amazing job turning this program around, but the expectations from the fan base need to dramatically increase. We have the second largest budget behind Texas. It's time to demand being elite and stop settling for 9 to 10 wins. And
Ignorant.
I agree with parts of the statement,
I disagree 100%.
but I disagree with more parts of it.
I disagree 100%.
Absolutely, I think that the fans and the program should have high expectations. You should have the expectations each and every year of going out and competing for a natty. And so far under Josh Heupel, the expectations haven't been that necessarily. Obviously, you want to, but it's all right. We need to win 9 games this year at least. But where I disagree is Josh Heupel has had Tennessee in a position to do it, where he's steadily increased every year. In 22, he led Tennessee dang near to the 14 playoffs, just outside of it. If you take away that just complete no-show against South Carolina, you're in the 14 playoff in year 2 of Josh Heupel, in a year where they were expected to win 8 games. Absolutely would have made the 12-team playoffs that year. Took a bit of a step back in 23, but still exceeded expectations for that year. 24, you go to the college football playoffs in a year where your offense was the worst that it's ever been since he's been a head coach, led by the defense.
To the eventual national champion.
Yes. So Brian Kelly, he never even sniffed the playoffs his entire time that he was there.
No, and he won the SEC West his first year here on a diabolical scenario in which they only won like 8 or 9 games in the regular season.
Yeah. It was the worst year of the West in years. In a year where, if it would have been like it is now, where the top 2 teams go, Tennessee would have faced off against Georgia in the SEC title instead of
That's a fact.
Georgia.
Tennessee finished second that year.
Georgia going against an LSU team that was, I believe, 4th overall in the SEC, maybe even 5th overall in the SEC. So this isn't even the same conversation between Brian Kelly and Josh Heupel. And also, 10 wins year in and year out is more than likely to get you into the playoffs than not get you into the playoffs. So
that's a fact.
I mean, it's different expectations of what it used to be whenever you had to win out or you had to go 11-1 to be able to make a college football playoff, or even get back to the BCS, make the SEC championship game and the national title game.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm kind of in line with Matt here. Now, there was things that Josh Heupel was doing earlier this year that may even render itself again that has me bothered, and it's about making the same mistake twice. We've heard, I've heard for the last 4.5 years when Heupel's been here that coach speak, he has it. But like you go into summer camp, fall camp, spring training, whatever, Heupel always says, look, mistakes are going to be made, but don't make the same mistake twice. Learn from it, grow from it, whatever. Josh Heupel's made like the same mistake 3 times this year in clock management and timeouts and play calling and et cetera. And that's that's why we lost the Georgia game. That's why we almost lost the Mississippi State game. It's he's done some things that's bothered me, but I think people tend to forget that we've been striving to get out of this, have a coach for 3 or 4 years and immediately fire him because we can't even win 7 games. We finally gotten to where the floor is what our ceiling was. And now we're wanting to fire the guy because we're trying to compare universities. Because the other university didn't hire the right guy. So now we're getting punished because we did hire the right. Look, I understand what the guy's saying, but in today's world of college football, you need to just wish for contention. And then, yes, you do need to have that 1 year. Every so often that you do make that championship run. But at the end of the day, as a fan, all I could ever ask for is to just be in the conversation every year. And That's what Josh Heupel's done. Honestly, yes, he had a drop-off year with Joe Milton in a year that everybody knew we were going to drop off. Like that, that's not even like a bad year in my opinion. And you still almost went down and beat Alabama in their place. You had a freaking 2-touchdown lead going into halftime. Complete choke job in the second half. That's okay. I mean, you're still a young team learning. But guys, we're still under suspension. We still have scholarship regulations on us right now. We're still not even through that process yet. Almost done. But I'm not even saying that as an excuse. I'm just saying Josh Heupel's finally lifted this program back up to where it is a job that people would probably seek now. Tennessee was sought out. Tennessee was a great job. And then in the last 15 years turned into an absolute joke. The president, AD was all terrible. Nobody wanted to work here. Josh Heupel took a chance. Danny White came in, turned things around, and Yeah, why would we throw that away? Like that's just ignorant arrogance, and I'm not for it. And go Vols, and I believe in Josh Heupel. Josh Heupel's a top 10 coach of the nation. If
Yep.
you look at Lane Kiffin and you think that he's a top candidate for all these coaching positions, and you don't consider Heupel, you're literally a double standard. Like,
Yep.
Josh Heupel, in my opinion, is just as good of a coach as Lane Kiffin. The only difference, and if you've watched the show or listened to the show that I listen to, you've heard this today. The only difference is Lane Kiffin talks more to the media.
Yep.
I'll stand by that.
Completely agree.
And Heupel wasn't Nick Saban bred. Okay, so Heupel's doing all this and didn't learn it from the GOAT. So, anyways, that's my final take on that. And what you got before we move forward?
Nah, I'm ready to move forward. Let's talk a little bit about this
Donnie
upcoming
Randy Boyd?
Randy Boyd and Donnie Plowman.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. Oh, they got plenty of money. Don't you worry. That our athletic department's cooking. Don't you worry.
Yeah. But now let's talk a little bit about this Oklahoma matchup. But before we do that, you want to give us our segment 2 sponsor?
You got it. Sorry, I got a little worked up over that. That just bothers me a little bit.
Well, I got worked up on it whenever I saw the post on Twitter. Yeah. I responded to it. Dude, I was fired up.
Yeah. He sounds like he's like 16 and doesn't realize. I don't know. Whatever. We know firsthand. It's P&L Business Services, by the way, is our segment 2 sponsor. We know firsthand that getting your monthly reporting, invoicing, bill pay, taxes, and other essential business services right is critical. That's why at P&L Business Services, we go beyond bookkeeping by providing you with everything you need in your back office so you can have the time back and the peace of mind to do what you love most, which is building your business. Behind every successful business is a great bookkeeper. Guys, if you're having to deal with payroll, or if you're tired of turning in your receipts and yada, yada this, yada, yada that, and it's taken away your focus from the actual business, just go online to P&O Business Services. Let them help you out and take that off of your plate and allow you to keep doing the exceptional customer service that you have to be able to gain that business and grow that business, and let P&O deal with everything behind the scenes. We truly appreciate P&O Business Services, again, right here out of Oak Ridge, Tennessee, for all they do and for continuing their support of the Vol Fanatics Show. Segment 2, we got a preview.
We do. Oklahoma coming back to Neyland Stadium. First time since 2015 was that whenever Baker Mayfield and company came in and
you ain't got to remind
won
me.
that game in overtime.
Yeah, but one thing that does I'll remember about that game forever is Admiral Schofield's hype video.
Absolutely, man. That was
what a video.
Yeah, that was fantastic. But Oklahoma, so Oklahoma has definitely exceeded what I thought that they would do this year. I had them going 6-6 this season.
Yeah, you were low on it.
I had Brent Venables being fired at the end of the season, but you know what? That still
might happen. Still
might happen. As Oklahoma on the season this year, they're 6-2, 2-2 in the SEC so far. You got Tennessee this week, and that's going to be a tough game for them. And then the rest of the teams that they play this year, they travel to Alabama next week. I'm sorry, they might have a bye week. It says to be determined on ESPN.
Hold up.
It's either next week or the following week.
Yeah, they got Alabama, and it is weird. They got to have a bye week at some point.
It's either a bye week before they play Alabama or after
because the next game Missouri is the 22nd. So
yeah, so either way, you go to Alabama, then you play at home against Missouri. That's not going to be an easy game either. And then LSU, who even though Brian Kelly is now gone, we've seen teams kind of resurrect themselves whenever the coach gets fired. So it still could be 6-6 at the end of the season.
Yeah, Oklahoma's looking at a brutal finish. Now, LSU, who knows what happens to them, but like they're looking at Tennessee, Alabama, Missouri, like you just said, LSU to finish. Yeesh. It's before Bama, the bye week. Thank you, Tater.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, so they play us and then Bama, or before Bama. So they play us bye week, then Bama. But yeah, I mean they're gonna need to get right because man, they could be staring at 3 losses in a row if they don't take care of business in Neyland, which I don't want them to do. But yeah, man, you're absolutely right. 6-6 is still on the table, but I in the converse, I think 8-4 is still definitely on the table.
It is.
So
I mean, if we're
knows?
being totally honest, 10-2 is still on the table. They can still win out, but that's a tall task.
Yeah, I
And
don't
the
know
way
about
that they've been playing,
that.
the way that they've been playing lately, I just don't see that happening.
No.
I do think
Well,
that,
and we're talking about an offense that's really not that explosive either.
yeah,
being
it's
100%.
definitely.
I mean,
It
they're
looks
most
good. It looked good to start whenever they were playing nobody competition. But that injury to John Mateer really hurt this team.
but not
But
really,
even
because
then,
against any decent competition, the most points they've scored is 26, which they've done back-to-back weeks. Against Texas, 6 points. Against Auburn, 24 points, and which one of those touchdowns was very controversial. Michigan, 24 points. And then you've got Illinois State, they scored 35, Temple, they scored 42, and Kent State, they scored 44. So I mean, essentially, this team's not sniffing 30 points in a meaningful conference game, right?
yeah.
Now they will against Tennessee. I'm gonna go ahead and spoil it. They will get their first 30 point game in a meaningful game, I guess, if I can put it that way. They're scoring 30 on us. I'm just fairly confident Tennessee will also score 30. So I don't know. What are your initial thoughts? John Mateer obviously coming out saying that his thumb isn't the issue, guys. He's just not seeing the field. What does that mean?
That's something that you don't want to hear.
That's what I was
That's
wondering.
something you absolutely do not want to hear from
Is
your
that not
quarterback.
worse?
If you're not seeing the field, then what are you doing on the field? I mean, at that point, is your backup not better for the team if you're not seeing the field correctly? Not seeing the field well at all. I mean, that's something. If you're Brent Venables, if you're Oklahoma's offensive coordinator, man, that you got some serious concerns at that point.
Sorry, I got a kick out of 7-toed skater. Said I hope y'all beat them so that the tickets get cheaper when we go to Norman. That's
might
such
get
a
even
real
cheaper.
thing, bro. That is such a real thing. Like I kind of was hoping that baseball would have a down year this year, but I don't want Neylander too. But I was kind of hoping baseball would have a down year this year, so that way the season tickets get cheaper. But anyway,
You'll go either way.
Yeah. Matt says Aguilar sees the field. No, he just sees a go route. That's all he sees.
Where's Chris Brazel at?
Yeah, exactly. He don't even have to know. Just throw it, dude. No, seriously though, I think Tennessee's defense is going to give them some easy throws. I think John Mateer will have a get right game. We always make the quarterback look great, right? And to be fair, Tennessee's played. Even though the competition, people can argue, well, Tennessee's lost to only the only like good teams they played. But then when you look at the like offensive stats and the offensive categories, Arkansas is a top 20 offense in the nation. Mississippi State's like a top 30 offense in the nation. Georgia's a top 30 offense in the nation. So like Tennessee's actually played some really kind of like sneaky good offenses. And so, yeah, that's definitely contributing on why like Tennessee gives up 30 points a game in SEC play. Maybe even more than that. But overall, Oklahoma maybe statistically one of the worst offenses they play. So maybe there's a silver lining for Tennessee's defense here. But who knows? I do think Oklahoma is going to give us our best, their best shot. It's a revenge game for them. They're coming in Neyland.
And then, you talk about the offense there, let's talk about the defense for a minute because, everyone talks about how good Oklahoma's defense has been for the majority of the season.
Fair enough.
Yes, but
conversely, they haven't been playing the best offenses.
Right. I mean, you played Illinois State. That's all you got to say right there. They played Kent State. You played Michigan, who is in the bottom half of the NCAA when it comes to total offense. Temple as well does not have a good offense. Auburn does not have a good offense. Bottom half. Texas, bottom half. South Carolina, bottom half. The one team this year that they have played that has had that has had an offense that is in the top half of the country
scored 34
is
points.
Ole Miss, and we saw what Ole Miss did to Oklahoma.
That's a fact.
Was it a blowout? No, it wasn't. But did Ole Miss control that game? Yeah, in the second half, especially they did. So that's what I take my stock in. Is Ole Miss is more like Tennessee than any other team on this schedule so far, which is why I'm pretty confident about Tennessee in this game against Oklahoma. I don't think it's going to be a letdown spot. I think Tennessee's offense, they're going to score enough points to win the game no matter how many points this defense gives up. I mean, I can guarantee that the over the over 56.5 is going to hit in this game. And it might hit by the third quarter.
It might hit by halftime.
It could. But I think that Tennessee's offense is going to be rolling in this game. I think Oklahoma's going to get their points as well, but Tennessee's going to be able to score more points than Oklahoma in this game.
Right on. Yeah, I would love for Tennessee to get back to a little bit more of a balanced attack. Like, it kind of scares me a little bit. I love that Joey popped off, and I think the defense of Kentucky allowed him to. But, man, I just love our offense a lot more when we have a 200-yard rushing game and a 250-yard passing game. Like, to me, that's like a dominant win. Like, you don't even have to look at the scoreboard if you know that Deshaun Bishop, Star Thomas, and Pate Lewis combined for 206, and Joey Aguilar went 21 of 29 for 260 and 2 touchdowns. Like, to me, like, that's just like the recipe of a dang good win, no matter what the defense is playing like. So if we could get back to that, I feel uber confident. I do think it's going to be hard to run the ball in Oklahoma, which conversely makes me think that it's going to be hard to throw the ball. And for me to believe that Joey Aguilar is going to have back-to-back just unbelievable games makes me nervous. I don't know. So I am actually a little bit I'm cautiously optimistic in this game. I don't feel good about it at all, especially knowing that we're a favorite against Oklahoma. It just doesn't feel right to me, not yet. But Michael, Josh Heupel at home since 22. They don't lose to any team outside of Georgia at home.
That's right.
So I'm hanging my hat on that until they prove otherwise. I do like Tennessee in this game at home.
But you know what the biggest factor out of all of this is that we hadn't even mentioned since the very beginning?
That we're all sad because Smokey 10 has been diagnosed with cancer.
No, if anything, that's a detriment to what's going to happen on Saturday.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Sad.
The biggest factor out of all of this is dark mode. Tennessee in dark mode games has only lost one game. And that was in a game that they should not have ever worn the dark mode uniforms. That was against Georgia in 21.
Why shouldn't they?
We
scored on the opening drive. I mean, we were looking
and
good.
then you got beat, 49-7?
Well, that's usually what happens when we play Georgia. Usually. I mean, how many years do we literally go down and score on the 23, 24? We scored on the opening play, and like, it was a nightmare after that? No, I agree with you. Should not have worn dark mode against Georgia.
Yeah, but no, in every single dark mode game that Tennessee has played, except for that game, Tennessee has won. Going back to the Monterio Hardesty years with Lane Kiffin as head coach, beat South Carolina the very first time that black uniforms was ever worn. Saw a replay of some of the highlights of that game earlier this week, and it got me fired up.
Oh, Jonathan Crompton.
Jonathan Crompton. Like I said, Monterio Hardesty, man, he had himself a game in that one. And then, of course, it debuted against South Carolina in the 21 season. It was that noon game with the white helmets with the black outline, dominated South Carolina. Then you wore them again for the Georgia
twice that year or something like that, didn't we?
Yeah. Wore it against South Carolina and dominated. Shouldn't have worn it against Georgia. Got beat later in the year. Then, of course, it's the Tennessee-Kentucky game at 22, and it was just an absolute beatdown of awesome. Kentucky. 23 was the revenge game against South Carolina after the whole 22 incident. 24 was Tennessee against Kentucky again, in which Dylan Sampson had the record-breaking night. I mean, Tennessee's going to win this game because it is dark mode, because the environment is going to be there. They're going to win because Joey Aguilar is going to go off in this game. Offense is going to score a ton of points. Defense isn't going to be able to stop anybody, but offense is going to be able to score enough points to win the game.
I love that you're that confident about it. I am a Tennessee fan through and through, but I'm definitely not going into this game thinking that we're winning it.
I'm absolutely going in thinking that we're going to win it because you also mentioned it. This game is at home.
Yes, I agree with that, but I just got BVS, brother, and
listen,
not feeling good right now.
The way that you're feeling is the way I'm going to feel whenever we play Florida in 3 weeks.
See, I feel good about that game, actually.
You know which game I really don't feel good about, and it's that last game
Shut
of the
up.
season.
Shut up.
I'm not even mentioning the
you're
team
right.
because we all know it, but I don't feel good about that one at all.
Kudos to them, man. It's actually kind of cool to have them being one of the good teams. But anyways, props to our O-line. They ain't getting the credit they deserve. I think I agree with that a little bit. The fact that Joey does seem to have a lot of time back there. I mean, being able to, I know, maybe, whatever. You call it tripping if you want, bro. I'm just saying, like, I mean, I'm rooting for us to win. Don't get me wrong, but like, dude, I'm not going to be surprised if Oklahoma comes out punching. They just lost a game, so they're going to be wanting to bounce back too. Like, I don't know. I just don't like the spot. I don't like the dynamics of the game. I wish they would have beat Ole Miss, and I'd feel a lot better about this game. I know that sounds backwards, but it's just the way my brain works. Hey, you know what? I'm winning in the pick segment for a reason. Okay, my gut sometimes is just right. I just hope it's not right on this one. But
wasn't right against Alabama. So.
it was right against Alabama. Hey, I don't like to brag about that win though. But overall, man, I just I back to the balanced offense attack. Man, defense, show me something. Show me something. Be good. John Mateer, and I don't even want it to be because John Mateer had a bad game. Or if he had a bad game, it's because we made it bad. Like, I don't want people to look at it and be like, man, Mateer's just, he's just not playing good, whatever. No, I want it to be like, dang, Tennessee's defense really made a turnaround. They actually tackled in open space. They had 13 negative plays. They had 3 sacks. Can we sack a quarterback again? How in the world do you play Kentucky, demolish them, and I think you sacked Cutter Boley once in the 4th quarter? Come on, man. Be better than that.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway,
and as far as the quarterback play goes, I mean, you're absolutely right. I want to see Tennessee force a quarterback to not look good, because the only one this year that has not looked good whenever we played against them
Blake Shapen
was Blake Shapen at Mississippi State.
I was begging them to throw the ball. I was like, throw it. Because we were sacking the quarterback.
Even what's his name for UAB had a career day.
Yes.
In that game. I mean, Tennessee has made quarterbacks look good all season long, except for Blake Shapen. So I really want Tennessee's defense to make John Mateer look bad. But
that's a fact.
You got anything else in this game before we move on to the pick segment?
No, man. This is such a big game though for both teams. Both sitting at 6-2. I think it's a bigger game for Tennessee because the road's just a tad bit easier for them to make it. Oklahoma's just got a brutal stretch, man. So they really got to lock in for this one if they want any chance of having a good season to remember.
Yep, 100%, man. So let's see.
That's mean, bro. What are you talking about? Threw us on the big screen? Let's play some Rocky Top. I want to hear it through the house. I'm joking. We won't do that to you. We appreciate you. Thank you for being tuned in. But that's just rude, man. She isn't getting somebody as ugly as I am. That's crazy. It's not that I don't want him to not have a bad. I want him to have a bad game, but I don't want
he wants our defense to force him to have a bad
game. I want
game.
us to force him to have a bad game, not like he have a bad game and it just they don't credit us as much for having the good game because he was off that night. No, that's not what I want. I want us to force him to have a bad game. I'm sorry that I probably worded that completely wrong. And in a way, I guess if he has a bad game, it is definitely because of our defense. But I'm just saying, like, I need it to be very clear that our offense made a change or defense made a change for the better and forced him to have a bad game. I guess it's probably a bad way of putting it, but whatever. I'm not tripping, dude. I'm just nervous. I'm nervous. Very nervous. It's weird. We haven't beat Oklahoma twice in a row ever.
I mean, we've only played Oklahoma 5 times in history.
I know, and they've beat us 3 of the last 5, except last year. I feel good. I mean, look, their offense is god-awful, but, man, our defense is god-awful. So, and Joey we trust. Let's go.
Yeah, absolutely. So, let's get right into the pick segment here as I'll give you our segment 3 sponsor, and that is Kaizen Painting. Do you want a colorful life? Kaizen is a painting and drywall company that provides residential, commercial, exterior, and interior services. At Kaizen Painting, we understand the importance of a beautifully painted home and properly installed and repaired drywall. We're here to bring your vision to life. We care about providing you with a personalized, efficient, and quality service. If you live in Knoxville and surroundings, contact us for a free estimate at KaizenPainting.com. Color your life the Kaizen way.
We appreciate y'all. This is why I'm nervous. Every Vol fan I've talked to is like, I'm not nervous. Bro, this ain't Kentucky. Like, this ain't a guaranteed win. Like, I don't know. We better bring it. And we will. It's dark mode, but I'm just saying, like, it's not a gimme game.
You know who else this game is not? This game is not Georgia. That's why I feel confident about it.
That's fair. That's the only team that's been able to beat you at home in the last
Since
3
22.
years.
Yeah.
Mizzou versus the bye week. I'll give Mizzou the win there.
It depends on how.
Hang on. Over under 42.5. I'm joking, guys. This is definitely a joke. But
So here's the thing about Mizzou versus the bye week. How is Bo Pribula going to heal it? So Skeet, is Bo Pribula expected to be back at all this year? How serious is that injury that he suffered against Vanderbilt?
And while he's typing, we're going to talk about our first pick because it's an intriguing one. How in the world? It was predetermined. That's why this is a noon game on ABC. Texas favored against Vanderbilt. How are we feeling on this game? This is a huge game, by the way. Massive game. Because Texas mathematically still has a shot, right, to get to the SEC championship.
Yeah.
Even though they've looked like terrible, right? But Vanderbilt, same thing. I mean, they have a chance to get there. But most importantly, both of these teams fighting for a good playoff spot. So how are we feeling?
So we also don't know if Arch Manning is going to play. He did start practice. I was going to say he did practice yesterday. I know that much.
Even if he doesn't, is that not like a good thing for Texas?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm joking.
That's exactly what.
I don't even know who the backup is, bro.
I don't either,
bro. But Manning's family. We can't be dogging him, bro. Like, come on.
But Arch Manning has not looked good this year. The best game that he played all year
is when he stared down that dude.
Was the fourth quarter against Mississippi State?
No. Who did Texas play earlier in the year?
I was at UTSA.
Sanford. Okay, I don't know. It was like I don't know, whatever. But like he scored a touchdown, stared him down. Like, I mean, good for him. I don't know.
All right. So before we get into that, yeah, Skeeter did say ankle dislocation and ligament damage. That ligament damage is the ligament damage is the tough one there. So unfortunate news. But Zollers didn't look terrible when he came in against Vandy, but it's definitely not what Bo Pribula had you at. But yeah, Vandy against Texas. Don't know if Arch Manning is going to play. We do know that Texas defense is pretty good. Vanderbilt, even though they have won games, their offense really hasn't looked fantastic this year.
They kind of a grinded out offense, right?
Yes.
Like they're gritty. They're not going to get you they're not going to be I don't feel like this team's going to blow anybody out, but they're gritty. I'll give them that.
I'll also say this. One of the best things that could have happened to Vanderbilt for this weekend was Texas coming back and winning that game against Mississippi State last week. Because if Texas had lost that game, I feel like they're coming into this game because they have to win out to even have a chance in making the SEC title game.
Maybe.
Their playoff chances are basically non-existent at that point.
But if they lost in blowout fashion, Sark's probably at Nashville accepting the Titans job.
Probably something like
which
that.
is the dumbest thing he could do.
He might still do it anyway.
He might still. And that's why I think this game's intriguing because I think it's going to show me a lot of where his mind's at, right? So I don't know where y'all's head's at. I'm going to go ahead and pick this game outright. I think Vanderbilt goes into Austin, Texas and wins.
That makes my pick a little bit easier.
No, that's fine. I'm tired of everybody doubting Vanderbilt just for them to prove them wrong. Texas,
and that's what I'm worried about.
Texas looks god-awful. So even though I don't truly believe in Vanderbilt, I do feel like Vanderbilt's a better team than Texas. Give me Vanderbilt.
I'm picking Texas in this one because
I love that.
Because Tennessee needs Vanderbilt to lose this game. They absolutely need.
Yeah, but as a true Vol fan, that's why we hedge bet it, brother. That's why we hedge bet it. Parlays don't hit. We hedge bet so that it doesn't. Okay, give me Vanderbilt. Don't be like that.
That's fair, but looking at the rest of Vanderbilt's schedule, you got Texas this week on the road. They're going to win their next two games. They're going to beat Auburn, and they're going to beat Kentucky, both of those games.
No.
I would rather.
Seven-toed Skeet's onto something. Hugh Freeze wins a game he's not supposed to, and he hasn't done it yet. Tell me it's coming against Vanderbilt, bro. Don't you worry. He's onto something. We're not supposed to know that script, Seven-Toed Skeet. Come on, Skeeter. What are you doing? We're not supposed to know that, but he's onto something.
But no, I'm gonna.
He's leaking Texas. My picks for next week, bro.
I'm gonna pick Texas to win
All right,
this game.
I like it.
All right, now
wait, who's winning in this again? Can you remind everybody?
I have no idea who's winning.
Ah,
this,
funny.
so.
Ooh.
We have the world's largest outdoor cocktail party.
I hate both these
Georgia
teams.
against Florida. Georgia is a 7.5 point favorite in this game. Billy Napier.
He gone.
He gone.
Bye, Felicia. It was good. Give me Florida. I'm joking. Or am I?
I don't know. Are you?
Dude, like, honestly, I've thought about it. Only because I feel like they did this on purpose, right? You fire Billy in a bye week. You have the new staff in there. Georgia has no idea what to prepare for. They know that they probably had the better athletes and stuff like that. But as far as like a game plan, Florida could look completely different. And they have athletes.
But Georgia also has Kirby Smart.
I don't. He ain't nothing. I'm joking. He's one of the best. I know. But Kirby, I've lost a lot of respect for after he clapped. I think that's the start of Kirby's downfall, if I'm being 100% honest with you. But give me Georgia. I think they give me Georgia. I gotta be safe here. I can't blow a 20-game lead.
I don't think they run away with this game, but I think Georgia wins. Florida's defense is legit.
I know.
No matter who the coach is.
But I hate Florida. I ain't picking Florida. But
their offense has not proven that they can do anything this year. I mean, DJ Lagway has been a huge disappointment this season. So I can't pick Florida to win this game, but I do think it's going to be close. Georgia might cover that 7.5, but I think it's going to be like a 10 to 14 point game.
I agree with that.
All right.
Make it interesting, Florida. I don't know, but don't win. I hate you.
Yeah.
Kind of hate Georgia.
Next game, Mississippi State traveling to Arkansas to play against the Razorbacks. Arkansas 4.5 point favorite in this game. So I kind of alluded to it earlier. Let's talk just a minute about Jeff Lebby. All right. We talked several different times this year about how Heupel has mismanaged the clock, and it's been a continuous thing that he has not fixed, mismanaging the clock. He did well against Kentucky, managing the clock right before halftime, but it was kind of easy to do it with the way Joey Aguilar was playing. He didn't really have to do a whole lot in that game. Jeff Lebby this season, they should have 3 conference wins right now. They should be dang near undefeated at this point. Tennessee, let's just be honest, they blew that game. And it had to do
3 turnovers in their side of the field.
Yeah, the turnovers, and they also mismanaged the clock in the game.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You had so I mean the most recent one, Texas. You had a 17-point lead in the fourth quarter.
We were watching pregame warmups at Kentucky, and I'm like, dang, dude, they're up 38-21 or something like that. I don't know. It was 20. It was stupid. Yeah. And I'm like, they just beat Texas. We watched like 20 minutes worth of warmups, and they showed the daggum jumbotron of like the game going into overtime. And we're like, I looked over at Dad, and I was like, how in the world was that even possible? And sure enough, punt return and whatever. I mean, it's a wild way to lose a game, man. Crazy.
And then the week before at Florida, you had the lead, and then Florida ends up, they go down and kick a field goal to go up 23-21 or whatever. You're taking it down the field, and just the absolute worst play call ever on that play. All you had to do was try to get the ball towards the middle of the field, let your field goal kicker line up, kick one, and you try passing the ball, ends up getting batted up and intercepted with less than 30 seconds left on the clock. Just awful. Florida or Mississippi State should honestly be 7-1 right now this season. If it wasn't for the turnovers and mismanaging the clock.
But you want to know what makes great teams great, right? Is that they find a way to win. And Mississippi State, in my opinion, finds a way to lose. And so give me Mississippi State. If you want it, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you, bro. I'll take Arkansas. Don't you worry.
You got to pick out.
Okay. I was like, I was trying to deke you because I was like, yeah, man, they are terrible. And I pulled a Pat McAfee. I was like, give me Mississippi State. I do think Mississippi State's the better team,
I think so as well. But
But
you know
they
what?
find a way to lose. Like if they lose this game, it's I don't necessarily know if it's because Arkansas beats them more than they just can't figure out a way to win the game.
Yeah, but you know, I talk about I talk about Mississippi State. You know, a couple plays away from being 7-1. What about Arkansas?
Yeah.
I mean,
3-point
should have
loss
beat
to
Ole Miss
Tennessee.
arguably.
3-point loss to Ole Miss. I think they had another 3-point loss to Florida.
Well, you had a 6-point loss to Ole Miss.
Or
You had a
6 point, yeah.
1-point loss, a 1-point loss to Memphis. You had a 3-point loss to Tennessee, 3-point loss to Texas A&M. The only game that you really
Texas
probably
A&M.
should have lost other than Notre Dame was that Auburn game. I mean, Auburn ended up pulling away towards the end. They won by 9. Arkansas is just a few plays away from having a very good record.
That Memphis game's brutal.
It was brutal.
Yeah. They should have won that one and fumbled like, I don't know, the 1 yard line. It was dumb. Yeah.
Arkansas is not playing like a team that is laid over or, rolled over and died, though.
They haven't.
Under I can't even think of his name now.
Petrino.
Interim head coach Bobby Petrino. Yeah, they've not rolled over and died. So
he's coaching for a job. So I mean,
absolutely,
he's auditioning, which is
whether
funny.
it be Arkansas or he gets some other job. He's definitely auditioning for a job. So I'll take Arkansas to win this game. But man, I really wanted Mississippi State.
I'll swap with you. Going twice.
No, I'll keep it. You got to pick out.
See, now I'm gonna feel bad if Mississippi State wins. No, I don't. I'm winning. It's fine. What's the next one?
All right. Next game, it is South Carolina going up against Ole Miss. This is at 7 Eastern on ESPN. This game lost a lot of intrigue after the first couple weeks of the season. I do think Ole Miss wins this game, and I think they win this game rolling away.
So you ain't putting any stock in South Carolina choking the game against Alabama because they should have won.
Absolutely not, because South Carolina on the road is not going to play well.
All right, I agree with you. Ole Miss. Look, Ole Miss has been in this spot before, and they've choked. Florida last year. I don't see them doing it again this year, especially here at home. So give me Ole Miss. I know they played Washington State bad, okay, but they had no reason to get up for that game. They do, but they still won it. South Carolina coming in, and I think it's a good thing that they played Alabama close for Ole Miss, because Ole Miss is now looking at them and like, hey, this is what happens when you overlook them. So let's not do that. So give me Ole Miss.
Yeah, absolutely. Next game on the slate, it is Oklahoma traveling to Neyland Stadium to play against the Vols. Tennessee, 3-point favorite coming into this contest here. I am going to Vols, and I'm going to Vols by about 10. The over is going to hit in this game. I'm supremely confident in Tennessee in this game. I've stated it when we did our preview. Everything lines up for Tennessee in this game. This is not Georgia. Tennessee, you mentioned it. Tennessee has not lost to a team in Neyland Stadium other than Georgia since 2022. Oklahoma, in my opinion,
don't use my words against me.
Oklahoma, in my opinion, is not going to come in, especially with it being a dark mode game. That's the biggest factor out of all of this. Tennessee is not going to get beat by Oklahoma in this game. I don't care if you think I'm jinxing it either. I'm supremely confident in Tennessee in this game. Give me the balls. Go ahead.
I gotta take off the hat. I gotta take off the orange glasses. I gotta look at this. I mean, we're talking about a free golf round on the line here. And I just gotta be a realist, right?
That Tennessee's gonna win.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm joking, dude. Give me the balls. Bro, it's not even a question. Like, what do you think I am, okay? Dude, like, every reason, right? Oklahoma fans, just message them. They're scared. We got them right where we're going. They even know going to Neyland tonight ain't for the week. And, they did it. They did it back in 2015. They had Baker. I don't think that was Oklahoma. That was Baker that pulled them out of that. They ain't got Baker, okay? John Mateer ain't nothing. Ain't nothing we got to worry about. Now, he's going to look like a freaking all-star against us. Our defense is absolute garbage. But we got Joey Aguilar. We got the best wide receiver core in the nation. We got a really good offensive line. I think Deshaun Bishop, give me him against the world. I love that kid's heart, his tenacity, his work ethic. We may have one of the best offenses in the nation. We ain't losing Saturday night. Give me the Vols.
Attaboy.
You really thought I was about to pick Oklahoma? That's crazy.
I figured you would pull Tennessee, but you're going to be like, Tennessee close type of deal.
I don't even think it's close. I think it's 10 points.
I agree. That's where I'm at with it.
At least.
Last game of
I ain't been wrong much this year.
You're right. Last game of the weekend in the SEC.
Trying to settle it. I love it.
It is Kentucky.
Oh my God, the toilet
traveling
bowl.
to Auburn. Auburn an 11-point favorite.
Why is this a night game? Why does Kentucky get like 4 night games in a row? Jordan Rodgers is tired of calling Kentucky games, bro. What is this?
Yeah,
I feel bad for Cole Kublik.
I agree. I would rather have Jordan Rodgers doing the ESPN games instead of Greg McElroy. Punish Greg McElroy by having him do Kentucky games.
Dude,
Tom Hart, Jordan Rodgers, and Cole Kublik.
Are they not running out of stories for this team?
They've
Like,
got to be.
How in the world did they keep doing the sideline reporting when they're having to like talk to the same people every week, man? This is garbage scheduling. Kentucky should not be a night game. This should not be a night game. Anyways, is this Ed Jordan here?
It is.
I'm going to preface this with saying Auburn wins the game. This is very high on my upset alert meter. Like, very high. And you're going to pick it. You're an idiot. No, I'm joking. Go for it. This is very high on the upset alert meter. Like, if you double down, like, this is a good pick. Because I was looking at this game, and I seriously think the way that Kentucky played Tennessee, if they don't make some boneheaded mistakes in the first quarter, they're probably right there in the game with us. Now, granted, that was at home. But Auburn's not that good offensively. If Cutter Boley can find a way to replicate that performance, Auburn's in some trouble.
Here's the biggest X factor for me. I don't know if Seth McGowan is playing in the game.
I don't know either, but man, that would be nice to have him back.
If he plays, I feel a whole lot better about picking Kentucky in this game. But Cutter Boley, Tennessee gave him confidence. He looks really good against Tennessee.
5 hoodies.
He's looked pretty decent most of the season.
5 hoodies.
And here's another thing. Jackson Arnold has been mediocre at best this year.
Is he playing?
I forgot about that. He got benched.
Oh, yeah, he got benched. I don't think he's playing.
He got benched. I don't know.
And Auburn looked so much better after that. That's why I'm still picking Auburn. But, yeah, Jackson Arnold probably not starting.
I will say that
he's probably
run
entered
game,
the transfer portal already, actually. He might actually be playing baseball. I don't know.
That run game for Auburn looked really good in their last game, too. Cobb had himself an absolute day. But once again, Kentucky's strength is the run defense. So whoever plays quarterback, if it's Jackson Arnold or if it is the backup, I can't think of his name. I'm going to try to look it up real quick. But here's the thing. Auburn has got one of the best wide receiver corps in the nation as far as the talent that is there. They just don't have a quarterback that can get the ball to them.
That's a fact.
So let's see, it's Ashton Daniels is the backup. 6 of 8 for 77 yards this year, and I believe every single one of those came against whoever it was Auburn played last week. Could be wrong on that, but
Arkansas.
Man, I'm going to do it because honestly, I have nothing to lose. Give me Kentucky to get there first.
Why do you have nothing to lose?
I will get to that in a minute. I've got to make up points somewhere.
I hear you. It's a sneaky good pick. It really is. I just I think I trust Auburn more, and I don't know why. They've given me nothing to trust.
I mean, I agree with you because I mean,
I just think Kentucky's trash.
Mark Stoops. I agree.
I default back to Kentucky's trash. Like
I agree. I don't know why.
10 SEC losses in a row, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm picking Kentucky to win this game.
Kentucky wins this game. He frees.
I agreed.
So
I mean, yeah. But you know what? I'm gonna pick it. I'm gonna
go
pick
for
Kentucky
to
win this game.
I feel better now about picking Vanderbilt.
Yeah, I mean, Once again, don't know why I'm doing it, but I'm doing it. So
I got him in desperate times, guys. It's such a good feeling. It's such a good feeling. I feel like I'm just reeling it in, baby. It's all good.
But no, that leads us into upset pick of the week time, and that is why I picked Kentucky, because I've got to make up some games. I'm not.
Yes, I only lost one game.
I'm not having a good year. Yeah, you only lost one game.
So I went undefeated last week or 2 weeks ago, and then only lost one game. Man, we're doing good. Let's go. Calm down, Tarpley.
So upset pick of the week. What you got?
Well, I already know yours. You're doubling down, right?
I'm actually not, because if
smart.
that does lose, I've got to have an upset. I've got to have an upset pick somewhere that could possibly win. So I'm not doubling down on it.
All right. Well, so you're allowing me now. I will let you pick for. I don't want to pick with you down. I don't want to pick my game and then it be like, man, that was the one I wanted to take. Like I want to make sure that we
go for it. Go for yours first, because I've got a couple of them. I'm pretty confident in which one I'm going to pick, but I've got a couple of them here.
Bet. Give me Virginia Tech over Louisville.
That's a good pick.
Yes.
That's
Virginia Tech beat Cal last week. Looked okay doing it. Cal's a pretty good team. Everybody kind of thought they were on the up, and Virginia Tech actually pulled it off. So Louisville beat Miami in a thriller. And I think everybody may be putting too much stock into Louisville now. I don't. They're not a bad team, but Virginia Tech isn't either. They just had some unfortunate luck this year. Give me Virginia Tech.
And that's the thing about Louisville too. Why I think that is a really good pick is, anytime Louisville has controlled their own destiny in the ACC as they do this year, they've choked somewhere along the line, and I think that is a fantastic spot there for Louisville to choke.
Yep, on the road. So give me Enter Sandman, baby. Metallica. And Shane Beamer's next coaching job. No, I'm joking. I don't know. Jake Arnold reposting it on X. We appreciate you.
So I'm gonna let you kind of decide my fate here. Do I go with an ACC
Look,
game?
guys, he knows I'm so good at picking games. He wants me to. So cute. All right.
No, you're deciding my fate. Should I go ACC here?
Okay.
Or should I go Group of 5?
Group of 5 is so wildly inconsistent. It's so hard to bet on it. But I've already picked an ACC, so I'm intrigued. I want you to go ACC, because if we have two massive ACC upsets, man, do they get immediate? It's almost like a guaranteed only one team in the playoff at that point. So I want you to go ACC.
All right, I will go ACC here, and my pick is going to be Wake Forest over Florida State. Florida State has not.
Wait, Florida State's a 10-point favorite?
Let me double. Yeah. Florida State, a 10-point favorite at home. It's exactly 10. Florida State, since that game against Alabama, has not looked good this year. They got upset by Stanford, what was that, last week or 2 weeks ago, something like that, on the road as well.
Yeah.
Wake Forest has sneakily been a decent team this year. Their overall record, let me look it up real quick. But
why you do that, Jimmy? You shut your mouth. Georgia Tech is like my second team, and we never doubt Georgia Tech, okay? Jake Arnold has doubted Georgia Tech 5 times in our Rakin with Jake segment, and he's had to pay for it literally every time. So I just want you to know. And by the way, Jimmy, you may actually be right. NC State may actually pull it off, but they're only, I think they're 6.5, 7.5 on Action 247 as far as. So what we try to do for upset pick of the week is find a double-digit dog and find them. But no, Jimmy, all jokes, big dog. We appreciate you being here, watching us, and even partaking in this segment with us. I do think that's a clever pick, and it's in the ACC. I love it. But, man, I love leave my guy Haynes King alone, okay? He ain't done nothing to you other than win at Georgia Tech. Give me that. He's going to beat me.
Very, very well. Good.
I'm going to shut my mouth. Could be my upset pick of the week. Could be my upset pick of the week. It's fine. All right.
So, Wake Forest has been a sneaky good team this year. They're 5-2 on the season, and they're 5-2 against the spread this year as well.
Oh yeah,
they have not played well in a lot of games, but they've won ugly, and I think they're going to win ugly against Florida State this weekend.
There you go. Yeah, I don't have confidence in Florida State beating anybody by 10 points.
No.
So
I mean, Mike Norvell is a dead man walking at this point too.
oh, he's
They
fine.
pretty much already said that
They're just waiting until after the end of the year.
pretty much that's what they're doing. Like he's out the door, but they're not.
Man,
making
this
it yet.
coaching carousel is, and I'm tired of people acting like LSU's got to go find somebody that's not coaching currently. That's not going to happen. LSU's probably going to hire somebody that's coaching actively somewhere right now. Like, so I'm tired. I'm tired of seeing James. I'm tired of seeing James Franklin like tied to that. Like James Franklin's not going to LSU. Not happening. Marcus Freeman?
Nope. LSU won't make that mistake again. They won't get another
You
guy
wanna bet?
from Notre Dame.
What
You know
bet?
who's
Golfing round?
taking that job?
Golfing round? Who is it?
Lane Kiffin.
No, he ain't. I will bet you money.
He's going to LSU.
Fine, we'll talk about that later. It's fine.
Yeah.
Can we talk
But
about Iowa at 6-2? They've been catching their stride. Do you see how many points they put?
Unfortunately, yes,
Big
Maverick.
Ten.
Unfortunately, yes, because that was my upset pick last week was Minnesota over Iowa, and
Well,
they
that's
just
your
got
fault.
the break speed off of them. But
It's fine.
do you want to know my group of 5 play? I hate to put it out there because this
What
one is
time
going
do
to
they-
hit now. They play at 12 Eastern.
Let me see if I can guess it. It is UConn over UAB.
Flip it.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, UConn's favorite. My fault. UAB over UConn.
Yeah, that
No.
was gonna be my number 5 one. Trent Dilfer's
That's
out
not
of
going to
there.
hit. That's not going to hit. Don't worry.
Trent Dilfer is out of there, and UConn doesn't have a defense.
Yeah. I mean, you can walk it back if you want.
No, I'm
It's your
gonna stick
pick,
with-
dude. Like, no. I don't like
I'm-
that you're like, you choose my pick because now you're going to like use that excuse and you didn't.
No, I'm absolutely not. I mean,
All right.
look, I'm 20 games in the hole. I mean, at this point, you're not
almost
going to
embarrassing.
screw me over. So, it really is. It really is embarrassing this year. Like, and I felt so confident in my picks most of the year. You know what? Let's get Jake on here because at least somebody else has embarrassed themselves more than me for a lot of the season. So I mean,
I just loved how like the first week or two of the year you're like, yeah, I'm beating you easily. It's so cute. It's fine. Jake, are you there?
But like,
Jake,
can you not hear me?
come in.
Can you not
Jake,
hear
come
me?
in.
You're just messing with
Jake.
me at this point.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah,
What's
that's
up,
what I
Jake?
Do I sound better than last week?
No, you
you
sound like
actually
you're on
sound
a
worse.
CB radio. Is what you sound like.
Are you kidding
Come
me?
over. What?
Am I really?
I don't know. I don't care. You're here.
No, I need to know this. I just spent $80 on a microphone. I mean, what is this?
My God, you spent $80 on a microphone.
Yeah, I did. Well, a headset. That
It looks
bad,
good.
right?
Like it,
Well,
it
I
kind of
don't
like
care what it looks
it
like.
fits your head really well.
Well, yeah, it's crooked head is the problem. Seriously though, is it better than last week?
I'm going to say no.
Great to know. We'll keep this quick. I'll be back.
I didn't want to say it.
Let me just double check something really quick with my audio before I do anything.
Let me check something
else.
real quick on my audio. I'm joking. It's fine. But $80 on a microphone, man, that's insane.
I'm not going
How
to.
about
I only spent
Is this
$200.
is this better now?
It actually is a little bit better.
Okay, you're lying, but it's okay.
No, it actually does sound better.
Hey, we're positive. We're positive. We're
Easy.
we're in the green.
Easy.
We're in the green.
Easy.
We're here.
Easy.
I have a.
We got work to do this week
No, 'cause
to
I'm
make
gonna-
sure we stay in the positive.
All right, you're right. My first pick's going to be Butch Jones minus 300 to be LSU's next head coach. Brick by brick, let's get it going. I'm all for it right now. I think that's
Minus
the
300. What odds are you getting that from? Minus
Action
300?
247 does not
sources.
approve. Action 247 immediately takes their logo off our screen and says,
Not a chance.
No, y'all were talking about the coaching carousel this year. It is stupid seeing what is going on right now. I mean, I've never seen this many vacancies. I saw something and it could be completely fabricated. I'm pretty sure it is now that I say this out loud. But Sam Pittman to Penn State, is that a real murder?
I haven't seen that one yet. But
can't
I
be
don't
real,
think
right?
but I don't think Sam Pittman's done coaching. So, but I would have thought he'd have went and been a coordinator somewhere.
I was
didn't
gonna say
think-
I don't
Yeah.
see Sam Pittman getting a head coaching job anywhere. I see him
Let
more
alone
being an
Penn
offensive
State.
line coach.
right.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree. I agree.
But I agree with you. But now you kind of felt this brewing, right? Like last year when there was absolutely no coach fired, and it's like that didn't make sense to us
Oh,
because
you knew it
there was like
good.
3 or 4 coaches that were like on the hot seat already, but like they just did enough.
Yeah, I mean, it
And it
seems
was just
like
like-
this is a panic sell. I mean, you saw your stock go down by 4%, and everybody sold. And now what you've got is you've got a bunch of teams that can't buy back where they were. I mean, it's weird. It really is kind of funky. I'm
Yep.
glad that we have a coach that we can sign for more money because
That's
we
a fact.
got to. I mean, we're doing fine. Tired of seeing the record comparisons when it comes to Tennessee and LSU.
Fact.
I do think LSU. A little side note: there's 2 jobs that are the dream
Yes,
jobs.
I was going to allude to that because I think everybody's saying that LSU's such a good job right now needs to really like take a step back and realize how bad the leadership is right now. at
Correct,
LSU.
correct. Now, granted, if you had the best leadership in the world, there's 2 jobs that every head coach wants. It's LSU and Ohio State. That is the 2 jobs from recruiting standpoint, from facilities, from backing. I mean, but yeah, I mean, you see it. I think Florida is not as attractive anymore either. I really am just. Now you just that's the only thing you see. That's the only thing you see.
Hey, Maverick,
I'll be right back. Hang on.
Maverick. It's Maverick. It's funny that you say that because I've got to give a huge shout out to Action 247 who they sent us some merch that that I'm about to they sent it to me and I'm about to be sending it to Skylar and to Jake as well. And there is hats in that merch. So Jake will absolutely have a hat going into next week.
This is it. This is it. You need this hat. I don't even think I can put my headset on right now. Hang on, there we go. This is Jake's new hat.
You know, my bald head is kind of like DeBoer's black hoodie. So you just kind of keep that in mind moving forward.
It fits really well, to be honest with you. Like,
Why
it
does
don't
that look?
move.
Why
Like,
does that look so good? And
yeah,
kind
it would be great for that big old bald head. That's what it would.
Oh, we're 22 and 23. It feels good. I hate all of you. I hate Vanderbilt. I want to go with my first pick, and I have no notes again. The only notes I have is my fiance's insights. I took her one little tidbit verbatim, and I'm going to give that. So, number 1, I got Vandy at Texas -2.5. You know those teams in high school that are like, I don't know, 5-0, 4-1. You're like, how are they there? That's Vandy to me. Vandy doesn't.
You're
impress
taking
me.
Texas to win and cover?
Yes. I think they win by like 10. I think this is where you kind of come back to reality.
Question: Arch Manning at quarterback or the backup?
I would prefer the backup. It
I
doesn't
agree.
matter. It doesn't matter.
I'm not tired of y'all hating on Vanderbilt, okay?
What have they done that has been impressive on paper or on the field other than beat Missouri?
Their want to win.
They beat Missouri.
No, you asked me what has impressed me.
So
It's their
everybody wants to win.
Unfortunately, Vanderbilt's got like a little dachshund in their chest because they got that dog in them, dude. Like,
Do they, or is it like everybody sees it's Vandy, like, we're fine, and then
no,
they snuck up.
that was last year.
Okay, well, look, who's their signature win? Missouri?
Are we really about to do this right now? Because I could
Yeah,
literally say the same thing about our Vols, right?
Look, we're not talking about the Vols here. We're talking about
Are we
Texas,
not?
and we're talking about Vandy.
Okay, let's circle back in like 4 picks. Hang on.
I was gonna say we'll talk
Hang
about
on.
it then.
We will.
All right, just wanted to make sure.
What does Vandy thrive on this year? What is their identity as a offense?
Diego Pavia.
Okay, it's Diego Pavia making plays in space, whether it's passing out of the pocket. It's not some pro style stuff. It's either some type of stupid triple option RPO. They like to run the ball. They like to run the ball with him. I'm sorry. Texas is coming in allowing only 80 yards still.
But he's him. You know?
Oh God, he's not. Stop. 2-turn. Dumbest shit I've ever heard. Pardon my French. Oh my gosh.
All right.
He's awful. He's good. He is honestly. I would love to have him as. People hate him because he's polarizing. I love his mentality. I don't think one man can win a football game week in and week out. I think that we're, what are they 6-1 right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, we're right at midpoint. We're a little bit past midpoint, right?
No.
You only got
I'm just giving you
50%.
crap. I just want you
Hey.
to validate the pick. That's all it is.
That's
Don't-
fine.
stop
That's
taking it
fine.
so hard.
I picked LSU to beat them. I still think LSU should have beat them, and they didn't. It's okay.
That's why I'm giving you crap. It's because
Yeah.
you just keep betting against Vanderbilt, and I keep loving the fact that they keep winning. It's fine. All right, I like it. What's pick number 2?
Yeah. Oh, let me go back. In conclusion, Emmy
What?
said Diego is going to get whooped. Into quotation. That was my fiance's insight. Emmy's
Oh, yeah?
insight. So that's what we got there.
Whooped.
Whooped. Diego is going to get whooped. Period.
If
I like it.
Diego
Whooped.
gets whooped in this game, Texas wins, and they will cover 9-6.
Yeah, it will be ugly.
It'll be ugly.
Yeah, second pick, Georgia -7 at Florida. I do we always think that it's good to fire a coach? I mean, I'm not saying Billy Napier was great, but guys, I know some of y'all are self-employed, but if your boss is fired and you think he's a bad boss, are you really functioning better? It's just a question.
In football times, sometimes it happens that way.
Sometimes.
more times than not.
Well, I think that one thing that's hard is Florida really did buy into Billy Napier. You could tell by the athletic director. He wanted to keep him to the end of the season. I mean, I think a lot of the people around the Florida football program wanted to keep Billy, other than the people paying money. And so, that's kind of where I'm at. And I'm going to go back. Do we really care if Vandy wins, or do we care if they just don't win another game? Because I would like for them to go back to reality at this point. They're getting obnoxious.
Personally, any chance you can have to have a top 10 win, we need.
I want to play everybody 0-12. I want every team we play to be terrible. I hope they all have the worst time. I hope they.
I would agree with that, but we have now lost twice and really can't afford that. Like, we have to have our teams.
Oh, we can absolutely afford for Vandy to just sink.
No, because you'll get.
You go 10-2, you're fine. You're in.
No, wrong. Notre Dame will get the jump.
Notre Dame's going to get beat again before the end of the season.
Okay. If y'all truly feel like that, I'm just saying. I feel like there is going to be a cluster of 10-2 teams. So I don't know.
There will
I
be.
agree.
I mean, you take a 10-2 team that's lost to 5-4 at this point. Yes.
And this is what I'm talking about. Jimmy's saying like that thought only works if you're undefeated or one loss. Because unfortunately in college football, your record is what you are.
But I mean, if you also ask Big Ten and people and Notre Dame people, Tennessee's going to get in because of SEC bias. So I mean, we don't have anything to worry about.
I think it's a real thing. But
okay,
I digress.
I won't disagree with you.
It's fine. I just realized that my Action 247, I only feel good about one of these picks right now.
Well, it's okay because apparently Action 247 feels good about my Georgia-Florida pick because I had this at -7. I had this at -7.
They seen you pick this and they're like, nah, he was cooking last week. So
yeah, they know.
Yeah.
Florida loves to run the ball. Georgia loves to run the ball.
Wait,
Georgia
I need to go ahead
a better quarterback. Florida doesn't.
Let me make this bet if it's moving right now.
Make that one.
Yeah, it's 7.5. I will also say this about Florida. We talked about LSU, how it's not a desirable job right now because of their athletic department and all that. What about Florida? That's not a desirable job either because Florida has got a lot more issues than a football coach. They're trying to find a new president.
They even have an athletic director.
I don't know if they have an.
They have a president.
I know they don't have a president at the university. So here's the thing: basically, once you hire a president and once you hire an athletic director, their very first job is going to be to hire a head coach. And if it's anything like what Tennessee had to go through a while back, if you make the wrong decision for that head coach, you're going to be 3 years, maybe 4 years at the most, and you're gone.
I love
this. You
it's
get
so
one chance as an athletic director to hire a football coach. And if you mess that up, you're not going to be there very long.
Guys, how does it feel?
It's awesome.
To watch a rival school go through what we went through.
And it's even worse. It's amplified at Florida because it's not like when you have Tennessee going 5-7, they're just going to become Vandy fans because Vandy sucks until this year. You've got Miami, you've got Florida State, you've got so much other stuff around you to enjoy, and for those kids to grow up and like.
What's crazy is real quick. This is kind of a side note, but I've kind of like had the excuse of Lane Kiffin did it to us. Lane Kiffin did it to us. Lane Kiffin did it. Florida did it to themselves, dude. Like, they had a decent coach. And because of a cleat throw, they went from the SEC championship almost every year to what they've got now.
Yeah.
I'll agree with that. Yes, Florida did it to themselves, but Dan Mullen did it to Florida too. He double birds on the way out the door. I mean, just
You
ran
blame
that
him?
program into the ground.
Dan
Well, you
Mullen
had
to
no
LSU.
support. When you had the no support that he had there, I mean, he literally admitted
I
that when
agree.
they hired Billy Napier, how much more money was able to go to the. I don't know, like it's a whole thing, but like
Yeah.
it's just crazy to me that like I don't know, Florida I felt like had it, they did it to themselves, and now they're where they are.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a joy.
I see
me
this
Mullen
one being
missing.
-10. I
Keep
do.
popcorn.
Emmy's insight. I personally, again, quotations. I personally hate Georgia, but but definitely they have a cuter mascot. So I guess she's taking the dogs over the Gators. I didn't really understand that one, but hey, we're gonna go with it. Originally, it was Gurr. I think she was trying to be a dog.
Whoa! Are you telling me that like it's not even your picks anymore? Is that what I'm hearing?
I picked these and I said, "What do you like about them?" And then she gave me her
All right.
her little
I just wanted to
tidbit.
make sure. It's like my boy Jake was down bad.
In fairness, when it's not his picks or when he has no notes, that's whenever we win.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
And I don't see a notepad out right now. So
the
we're good.
the only note I had was Texas. This is probably the one I'm going to lose. Texas coming and allowing 80 rushing yards a game. That's literally the only note I have on every team. And that's why I love this one, because this one feels dumb too, because I was looking at Kansas State and they've just been winning lately. But I got Texas Tech -7 at Kansas State. Texas Tech's good. They got some ball players. We know this. They let me down against Arizona State. I'm going to say it's a fluke. I just think looking at Kansas State and I look at their numbers, they're winning ugly. They're winning really ugly. They're allowing more yards and somehow still coming out with wins. Turnovers maybe is something. I think Texas Tech's just a better team. I think this would be a -10, but it's at Kansas State. Typically they give you 3 points. So I'm just going to sit comfortable and think Texas Tech is playing for more. Kansas State's not. Emmy's insight, old Sweetwater Wildcat. She said, I was a Wildcat in high school and we lost everything. So
I love it.
Yeah. She had some real good ones here, so I liked that one. That one will hit.
Texas Tech should win this game because I think they're the best team in the Big 12.
Yeah,
they just had like you said, they had that fluke game against Arizona State.
Yep. Everybody, well, not everybody,
because somebody had to bet on them.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But I applaud you for not being scared to do it again, right?
No,
that's why this is one pick that
scared
I do
money
like.
don't make money.
Exactly. I like this pick. Just not the Vanderbilt.
It's okay. I have at number 4 one that Jimmy's going to hate if he's still in here. Georgia Tech -5.5 at North Carolina State. That 6'6" quarterback for North Carolina State. He is not all that. I know he's good.
No, this is it. I like this one. This is Georgia Tech.
The problem that Georgia Tech has, I do know a little bit. I've watched them play because they got a ton of noon games for some reason. They do allow a lot of explosive plays, and that's what the quarterback for North Carolina State does like to do. But again, I think that when you look at what Georgia Tech's playing for, they're undefeated. It's kind of one of those things where you can't stop an immovable force. I just think they run away with this game. Is it North Carolina State that was the team that beat, or was it Louisville that beat Miami?
Louisville beat Miami.
Yeah, so I feel even better. Couldn't even remember. I just, again, Georgia Tech has a lot with Haynes King. Would kind of see him, come into that Heisman talk, especially if he can get this one out big. I mean, you're talking about an undefeated team at this point again for the next week. So really like that one. Emmy's is her insight. Actually, she has 2 here.
I like it.
Legally Blonde. Georgia Tech, they were like Elwood. It was like Elwood's before she went to Harvard, but now they are like her in Harvard. So that's what I got. Georgia Tech has been bad, and now they're not bad.
They're not.
And then that goes back to say to her family in North Carolina, I'm sorry to my family who lives there. So that is all I got. This is Emmy's show.
I love the pick. I love the pick. I didn't bet against them to lose, but I did bet against whoever they played last week to cover. It was like 17.5.
Syracuse. I did the same.
Yeah.
Because Georgia Tech they don't typically
they took
cover.
They took that personally. They then posted up 45 point. They beat them by 38.
Yeah.
So I won't do that again. Give me Georgia Tech.
I was going to say they don't typically cover, but they win. That's all they do is win.
Yeah.
That's
Give me Tech.
That's the only thing we could have wussed up and said money line, but no, we're going for points this week. We're tired of playing scared.
Scared money don't make money.
Last one could have gone to -10. I like -16.5 right now. I really do. Why is everybody so hyped up about this game?
Why are you like? So I mean, what's Tennessee's best win?
They don't have one.
All right.
Yeah, they
So
don't.
don't come at me with Vanderbilt.
We're not talking about Vandy. We're not talking about Vandy. We're not talking about Texas. We're talking about Oklahoma. What's Oklahoma's signature win? Michigan?
I mean, yeah, that's a decent one.
Congratulations. You beat a Big Ten team. We already have decided the Big Ten sucks out of the top 3. Well, now top 2.
Michigan's going to beat Ohio State. So, I mean.
Oh, shut up. Shut up.
That won't happen this year.
Oh, no.
You want to bet?
No.
You want to bet?
Yes, I would like to talk after the show.
5 in a row. Count it.
Guys, Mateer has yet to throw over 200 yards after the post-hand surgery. He is not what he used to be.
You're giving our defense way too much credit.
I think our dude. I'm going to officially say it. I think I'm on the fire Tim Banks train.
I think I am on the we need to change something train.
Can I ask y'all? And there's no way y'all caught this, but if you're going to play your safeties 14 yards back and their first step's going to be backwards, and you're going to blitz every linebacker up the middle, where should my cornerback's leverage be on the wide receiver? Should it be inside, taking away the middle, or should it be outside, giving up the middle?
I think it's inside all the time. It shouldn't even be outside.
Holy crap. I mean, it would be like if the basketball goal's right behind me. Let's say Smokey behind me is the basketball goal. Here you go.
You don't have to move. Like surprisingly, your head was small enough. I could have seen it.
Go ahead. No, this is where I'm playing my leverage at. I'm outside of y'all. You're giving that up? You're giving all that up? They did it for one drive, the start of the third quarter. One drive. They went inside leverage. Beautiful. What is going on? This is coaching malpractice. If you just play inside leverage, I think you give up half the points. I can't fathom how you play cover 4 like that. I can. Let me take that back. I can. Take it away. These guys can't play.
Is that a Tim Banks issue? Willie Martinez issue?
Dude, it is coaching malpractice at this point. Like at the end of the day, they have to sit down on a Sunday, watch the tape. Everybody gets to see it. A defensive coordinator knows it. A linebacker coach knows it because he's got to understand what the leverage of the corner.
What ticks me off about every point you're making that's absolutely right is they could have been doing this for the first 9 weeks of the season, and they've not made the adjustment.
And on top of that, we don't watch Georgia. Georgia will go from an overfront to an underfront as soon as they get the and they don't snap it. And then all of a sudden the linebackers are pre and post snap misaligning. They don't show anything. Man, I know when we're blitzing.
It's so easy.
It's so easy. And it's, I think again, we're probably going to give up, I don't know, we're going to give up 21
450
at least.
yards.
No, I don't think that's the case because the recipe for disaster here is that they're out so many offensive linemen.
That's
Mateer
I think 3 or 4.
Yeah, Brent Venables is the equivalent of Jeremy Pruitt. Great defensive mind, doesn't know how to correspond with his offensive coordinator.
They don't have a running game.
That's a decent comparison. I'll give you that. That's
it makes sense.
Comparison.
You want to run the ball? Well, hey, you have some good receivers. Quit running the ball.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, your quarterback, who you always think is going to be good because he's a 4 or 5 star like Garantano, or Garantano's the only example, and you can't get him to go because he's throwing the ball 13 times the game. He's like, well, shoot, I get to throw twice a quarter. It feels like 3 times a quarter. You can't do that. I mean, golly.
The fact that you're making this a best bet.
Oh, I love it.
Making me even warmer. It made me more nervous. Your record ain't the best.
Hey,
Should I hedge bet this or not? That's what I want to know.
You know what would be awesome? What would be awesome is if Oklahoma finishes the season 7-5 or 6-6. They fire Brent Venables.
We fired Tim Banks to bring on.
Brent Venables comes in as a defensive coordinator.
Poetic.
What if Heupel becomes the new rehab center, bro? Oh
my gosh, Saban did it. Saban's done it.
Let's bring in Sam Pittman as the O-line coach. Not that we need him, but I'm just saying, we can bring him in and build him back up. So it's fun.
if you can just watch like, I'm just praying we're watching the film, and my peanut brain is able to see, just a sliver of what I saw on Saturday. And the guys in that coaching staff are meeting, and they all coherently and collectively can say, "Oh, hey, maybe we need to align just slightly different. Maybe we can help our guys with our breaks if we align slightly different."
You want to know who I am super scared of for the LSU coaching search? Nobody. You could have 5 guesses and you wouldn't even name them, and that's why it's even more scary to me.
Is it a current head coach?
Yes.
Oh, I know, Derek Dooley.
Nope. That's crazy.
He's background in Louisiana. I mean, it makes a lot of sense.
Well, I mean, clearly it's political enough. Like he could, yeah. I mean,
is it Dan Lanning?
No.
Dan Lanning wouldn't. Okay.
I'm actually intrigued if y'all actually guess it. So 2.
Is he currently coaching?
Yes, I said that.
Okay.
That's the only hint you're getting.
Dabo.
No.
Well, you just threw out a bad bet.
Yeah, that was terrible. I'm gonna give y'all that one back. That was terrible.
Oh man, there's very few. He's currently coaching. Well, that takes away John Gruden, so we can't say that. You're not gonna say Clark Lee.
Nope.
Okay. Oh gosh.
And y'all are gonna smack y'allselves right up that shiny forehead.
All right, last hint. Is it a Power 5 coach?
No, I'm not giving you a hint.
That means it's Golish.
There you go. See, I knew as soon as you asked that, I can't give you that. Alex Golish, if he took LSU's job, I am scared, even though I know I only have to play him every other year.
You know the only person that I'm scared of possibly taking the Florida job?
Alex Golish.
No.
But it is. But yes. Okay. I don't know.
He is not currently coaching.
John Gruden.
No.
No, if he's not currently coaching, it is James Franklin. No.
What if Urban Meyer decided to come back?
No, that's not
Florida again?
Nah, get me out of there. No.
What's in your cup?
Yeah, that's almost like saying Nick Saban coming out of retirement going to LSU, which I
but
kind of thought could happen.
Honestly,
General Robert
Urban
Neyland.
Meyer could. Urban Meyer could. Now, there's only 2 places Urban Meyer would go to. It's
LSU.
either Florida or Ohio State.
You think he would go back to LSU or Florida?
I think he might.
Okay.
Now, I take it back. I think he could.
Yeah.
Do I think he will? No.
But no, Alex Golish, and what Florida's only hurting themselves by saying, let's not go after a group of 5. I think that's so dumb. They've got a guy right there in the state that's already out recruiting you. Not really, but kind of, sort of. Alex Golish, man, if he gets a chance somewhere, I do think he was a lot of our offense in 22. And you already seen the work at USF that he's put in. Man, I mean, he's literally contending for a playoff spot. It scares me, dude. And for that matter, he may not want to leave because he knows he can make the playoff from where he's at. So I don't know. But yes, thank you, Michael, for changing the screen over. Guys, gamble responsibly. Obviously, this segment is really just for funsies. But if you do feel like you have to move money over a certain way to be able to make a bet, guys, just stop. Like literally reach out to 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-889-9789 and just get the help. But if you do want to throw just a couple bucks at these bets just to have a little bit of fun or blame Jake for the reason why you have to eat ramen noodles for the next week, just go on Action 247 and enter the promo code VolFanatics to get started. Get you a little bit of extra monies there to make your bets. And it is really, it's just fun, right? And if you do it the right way, we're right above 500. So the money you started with should be the money you have in your account right now. If you've been following the bets, bet for bet, even after, the 0-5 weeks and the 4-0 weeks, like it's just, it's some tough and it's a roller coaster, right?
Yep. So I do have one best bet before I get to my WTF for the week. And it's
we're just adding best. I love how Michael just keeps adding to this. Like he just like, I suck at pick segment, but y'all should hear me out for this.
I am good at this for some reason. I am good at this. I'll get to our WTFs in a minute, but we are like doubling our money in WTFs right now.
He said.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but
losing by 27 in the pick segment. But I am making money. It's fine.
I'm making money.
All right.
on
What's
this side of it.
What is the best bet for you?
It's a high number, but Kansas minus 24 against Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State is 1-7 on the season.
They're terrible.
They're also 1-7 against the spread this year.
They're terrible.
They're just getting blown out by literally everybody. Follow the trend and take Kansas to win this game and cover the 24.
Bless you.
But
Thank you.
yeah, no.
I didn't hear that, did you?
Don't.
No,
don't
but I
take it.
saw it.
Okay, good. I was like, I muted myself. I thought, dude. Sorry.
But no, let's go over to this this WTF real quick, because on the season we're 8-4 picking WTF. 1-0 last week. I did have to search a little bit this week because unfortunately BYU has a bye week, which means that they're not an underdog and they're not winning.
You don't have to look, dude. It's Vanderbilt.
No, it is not.
It is.
But
Okay.
I am going to take one of the picks that you made.
Oh.
And I'm going to get a little bit spicy with the pick this week, as the wrong team favored for this week. It's Mississippi State against Arkansas. I think Mississippi State.
I think they win.
I think Mississippi State should be favored in this game. I think that they win the game outright. You ended up getting to pick off first, and I give you full credit for that. I can see a path to Arkansas winning, but I think Mississippi State should win this game. I think they should be favored. So Mississippi State plus 4.5. I would definitely recommend taking the 4.5 instead of the money line on this one, unless you want to get spicy and kind of get some plus money off of that. But that is my WTF pick for this week.
I'm also going to add one. It's a dumb game, but give me Louisiana Raging Cajuns over South Alabama.
Yeah, that can
South Alabama's terrible. I mean, they're both 2-6. They're terrible teams, but Alabama, I just have no trust in South Alabama.
I do also want to throw this out about the Kansas-Oklahoma State game. You know, most of the time you will see some sort of money line on there. If it's even a 24-point spread like this one is, you'll see a money line on there. There's no money line for either team. That's how bad Oklahoma State is.
I can't believe you didn't take Colorado over Arizona, dude. You know, Colorado's really just killing it this year.
I know you're being sarcastic now. That Utah game last week, that was terrible.
Deion Sanders to LSU.
Give me all that. Give me every single bit.
Oh, God. I can't even be serious. It's terrible.
Lane Kiffin is going to LSU, by the way.
Dude, Michael done keeping his record on this, bro. What are we doing? I respect it. We're going to have to, fire Jake. We're just going, what TF for Mike, bro? I'm joking.
Something like that. No, Jay, appreciate you coming on again. Hopefully we are going to have another winning week again this week.
Jake's trying to fire me, so I'm just trying to pay him back, dude.
Exactly.
It's only funny when y'all do it, I guess. That's understandable, but it's whatever. No, Jake, we appreciate you, big dog.
Another fantastic week again this week, Skylar, talking about games. Looking forward to the game this weekend.
100%.
Got to get a win going into the bye week.
Yeah.
So one thing that I do want to mention real quick before we go off, we did get who we wanted as a head coach for the baseball team.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Neyland. It was the right decision for Danny White to make. And we mentioned it last week that he wouldn't be doing his job if he didn't go out and at least search, get the best candidates, and make sure that Josh Elander was the correct pick. But ultimately, it was a short search. Went ahead and made the hire. Josh Elander is your new baseball coach at Tennessee, which is what we all wanted.
Here's my thing is I hope that is the right move. Because I'll be honest with you, I didn't realize the Coastal coach was actually an option. I guess when you're at Tennessee and you're at the top of the game, everybody's an option. And honestly, that dude's he's a dog. I kind of like that coach. That head coach is really good. But
I think the best thing for your program was to have Elander.
No, and I want it to be. That's how you preserve the room today, and you get to continue Tony Vitello's dynasty, legacy, whatever you want to call it. And Josh Elander obviously has the chance to make it his. Mm-hmm. But it's all you still have that feeling of built by Vitello. You know, you bring in somebody else with the way they do it, they're going to change it to their ways. And honestly, that's what you got to do. Kalen DeBoer, he's having to change his way. And I get that, but the end of the day, when you're having to follow the guy, it's really hard to do that. But I think
Yeah.
Elander doesn't necessarily have to make a ton of changes. I think he already knows Vitello's way, which is also his way because he helped Vitello get there. So
Yep.
in a way, he can already claim it as his way as well. And he's one of the he's the biggest recruiter that we have. So like this whole idea of you lose Vitello, you're going to lose a bunch of recruits. I mean, duh. I mean, that happens with any coaching change. But like as far as being able to keep the cohesion in the group, in the room, in the family atmosphere, yeah, this was ultimately the right hire. It was a no-brainer in my decision, in my opinion. But I need the guy to really grow his beard back out. It's so weird seeing him without the beard, without the Oakleys, without the helmet. Please grow that back out as quickly as possible. But yes, I'm glad we got it.
I do want to throw out one other thing though. Did you hear Tony Vitello's line in his press conference after he was hired?
I did not watch it. I seen a quote that was meme that was just saying like I'm not like there's nobody rooting harder for the guys to get back to Omaha than me. I don't know if that's what you're alluding to, but
no, it was a funny quote about how he was hired to be Drew Gilbert's babysitter. So
yes, 100%. Yeah. Absolutely. And I mean, who knows? Maybe that was a little bit of why he wanted to go to the Giants because he did have somebody there that he could coach and reunite with. I don't know. But overall, I don't blame Tony at all for the move. I mean, that is the move to make. There's no risk to it. You get to be the first ever to do something. Go do it. And I wish him all the best.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, you got anything else before we close out tonight?
Yeah, didn't really allude to this in the game preview, but the fans better bring it Saturday.
Yep.
We got to remind the nation who's got the best atmosphere in all of college football. We got to remind the recruits that are going to be there who's got the best
because it
atmosphere.
has not shown up this year.
It's not. It's not. It was good against Georgia. I'll give them that. Just early in the year, right? It was hot. But let's remind the nation, right, on Saturday night, Halloween night, spooky, scary. Let's remind the nation who's the best and who does it the best. So I have all the faith in the world in Vol Nation. I just need the team to get off to a fast start so that we can really get into it right off the bat.
Absolutely. Well, that's all we got tonight. Everyone enjoy college football this weekend. And as always, go Vols.